The playoffs are in full swing as we welcome you to this postseason contest on EA Sports. Coming up, let's close out another great week of football with a Sunday night primetime matchup between the New England Patriots and the Los Angeles Chargers.
Cameron Dicker to kick off for the
Time to determine who will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. The Conference Championship is underway. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
Jones on the return. The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10. Right to the air with May. It's complete to Hunter Henry. And he didn't get much time to secure it as he takes a shot. Good job to even hang on through that catch there.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
They'll run it with Travion Henderson. He won't be able to get past the line, and very quickly, Brock, they're going to be facing 3rd down to begin this ballgame.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Now, it looks like we're going to need to take a moment, Brock, an injured player on that snap, and it is running back Travion Henderson who's getting looked at. Here's May on 1st and 10. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
A whole bunch of credit goes to just about everybody on that offense. Guys up front, they give the QB enough time to let that play develop. Excellent effort by that receiver to stay alive and for the quarterback to scan the field and find his completion.
3rd and just 2 to go. Running for it with Stevenson. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
You love a huddle. You really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there, and he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Shotgun handoff to Henderson. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play. It just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer. Find the lane quicker. The defender may be a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
Has him on the quick hitter. Running down the left side. And he is into the end zone for a New England touchdown. The Patriots finish up an excellent opening series. It's a Romeo Doubs touchdown. This is Andres Borregales trying to tack on the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Patriots will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Chargers, nothing.
The Patriots kick team out there as they send it away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for 1st and 10. Right to the air is Herbert. Brought in by Johnson. And it doesn't get much, up to maybe their own 40. Tracked down by Robert Spillane. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response. right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
And he will not get the first, but ooh, this is close. Looks like they're going to have about a yard at most to gain after he picked up 3. Third down.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
On 3rd and 1, it's Herbert. Complete beyond the marker. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. And it's a pickup of 33 yards. And that's going to give the Chargers a first down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today, boys. I love that.
And they're going to have 1st and goal after he picked up a nice chunk there.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
And he runs this one in. Touchdown, Los Angeles! The Chargers finish off their opening drive.
Touchdown, Chargers.
We know all these players are aware of what's at stake here, Brock, and that is the score they needed to get them moving in this conference final.
We know it's not how you start, it's how you finish, especially with stakes this high. But, sheesh, you couldn't start any better.
Cameron Dicker.
We've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. On the return, here's Jones. He's going well so far. Field flipping effort there as he's brought down on the opposite side of the 50.
Hey, listen, I get it. I'm as guilty as anyone. So hyper-focused on offense and defense, often forgetting it's special teams in a play like that can swing a game. What a great return now to start out on a short field, and you've got to believe all this offense is thinking is let's capitalize and find that end zone.
First down, May. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete.
I can promise you that is a throw, and it's a quarterback when it leaves your hands. You do not want to flirt with as this game goes on. That is a prime one that DB could cut off and take the other way.
2nd down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass. Back to the air, it's May. Short pass brought in. And they get there to take him down right around the 41.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
May not a throw on 3rd. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Dante Jackson takes it away. And the Chargers take over inside the 35 after the interception and a spirited return.
Intercepted. The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
1st down now, ball at the 33.
Set.
Shotgun give to Hampton. He's going to take this down to the 11-yard line. They get 22 out of that play. And that's going to be good for an LA 1st down.
You know, it is so refreshing for these running backs when they have space to run. It's hard. There's so many collisions between the tackles. When they get on the edge and have green grass, well, the best of them take advantage of it.
Offense is set. 1st and 10.
Set.
Back to Hampton. And he drives forward for a little, maybe to the 7. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6. Set.
Herbert from the gun. He's got it. This one really moves the chains, but he stopped just shy of that marker. 6-yard pickup brings up 3rd down.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler, gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, kid, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
QB keeping this one, turned into the option on 3rd and short. And he's going to fight forward and get in. Touchdown! The Chargers parlay the interception into points. Justin Herbert with the touchdown. Dicker tacks on the extra point. And the Chargers take the lead here, 14-7 in the first.
Patriots 7.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. On the return, here's Jones. He's stopped on the run back at the 27.
Jones on the return. The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Back to work after throwing the pick. Completed over the middle. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
8 yards on the pickup.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's a New England first down.
First down.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. May. Ramondre Stevenson makes the catch. And they're going to hold him down just shy of the 40. 12 yards on that play and a good call, and that's in the first.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Quick throw completed by May. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second and that playbook is wildly good.
On second down, it's Stevenson. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain, so Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
No gain on the play. And it brings up 3rd down.
May now from the gun. On the move into the red zone. Touchdown, New England! The Patriots trim the lead to 1. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Corey Gallis on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Patriots tie things up at 14. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
To the line on 1st and 10. Chargers beneficiaries of some good field position. Ooh, the wide receiver getting it to begin the drive. And the reverse call pays off. Some decent yardage before he's brought down.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
We're back and all set for the second quarter. Charger football. They have it on 2nd and short. Finds him over the middle. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. It's a pickup of 26. And that's going to give the Chargers a first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
They'll come up on 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. Well, he's been perfect to that point on the drive, Brock. First time we've seen this coverage force him into a misstep in a while.
I know you hear me talk all the time, Kate, about the rhythm of an offense, right? And I look at it through those optics so much. But it's the same thing defensively. You've got to get a stop, see the ball hit the ground to knock them out of that rhythm.
And they're going to stop him, but he got enough to make it 1st and goal from the 8.
To me, now is the time to step on the gas, and you see this more and more in today's game, and it's the right move. Get that explosive run, get right back to the line of scrimmage, and don't let this defense breathe.
Breaking the huddle, here's 1st and goal. They'll run with Hampton. He dodged the tackle. And he pushes it all the way to the goal line, but goes out at the 1. Call it a 70-yard pickup, and they're just a yard away now on 2nd and goal.
At the 1-yard line.
Set. Delta, set.
Here's another for it. And he does not get in. They stop him at the 1. Can't manage positive yardage there, and it leaves them with 3rd and goal.
I think I could see that sideline considering a challenge down there. It was close, but I think he got barely enough to escape the end zone. Another run might not be so lucky.
3rd and goal. They'll try for it with the option. And this is going to end behind the line. Great stop down in close. Let's see if they want to risk it now on 4th and goal.
It's results like that that drive coordinators nuts. Premature balding, gray, wrinkles, all of it, Kate. You call something conservative. The last thing you're thinking is you're going to lose yards on a 3rd and 1 run.
So on 4th down, on comes Cameron Dicker and the Chargers for a field goal try. Only a 20-yarder here. Dicker connects there, and they've taken back the lead.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give him the lead.
On the return, here's Jones. Things going well so far. So they're going to begin from the 36 as he's brought down.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
Good field position for the Patriots as they get set for 1st and 10. Drive starts with a carry by Stevenson. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3. Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 39.
Operating from the gun. Here's May. Caught, nice gain left side. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. They pick up 14 yards on that one. And the Patriots will have a 1st down. Taps it quick to the receiver coming across. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
The ball carrier. The tackle made at the 44-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's May. That one's complete, right side. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Throwing now on 3rd and 2. We'll find Stevenson out of the backfield. And he's able to get this down to the 36. This one goes for 3 yards. And that's a New England first down.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on 3rd down. And that's exactly the result they needed. Enough to keep this drive moving.
He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Sent to the ground by Khalil Mack.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Henry on the catch. And he's going to get this down to the 9. That puts him in goal to go.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. From the pistol, here's Stevenson. No gain that time, and now it'll be 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
Still set up at the 9. It's 2nd and goal. Throwing is May. Throws caught. He's in for the New England touchdown. The Patriots get some late points and the lead. It's a Romeo Doubs touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. So, Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games, this sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the first half of play.
That one right down the middle. And the Patriots take a 4-point lead. The Patriots kick team out there as they send it away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for 1st and 10.
Hey, Ram.
Here's Hampton to open the drive. He cuts it to the right sideline. He's off to the races. To the house. Touchdown, LA. The Chargers get some late points and the lead.
Okay, we're not even to halftime, and this guy has already got a game's worth of success. And the great thing is that, yes, it benefits him individually, statistically, but you know it just sets the table for everybody else because that play-action pass should be devastating.
Dicker on now for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chargers push their lead to 3.
Chargers 24, Patriots 21.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Good field position for the Patriots as they get set for 1st and 10. May looking to throw. Left side into the hands of Dobbs. And he'll get it up to the 44.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you, and there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Here's May on 1st and 10. Has him on the quick hitter. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Chargers territory.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk. It was nearly a big play.
Second and 3 now. From the gun, a gift to Stevenson. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that first down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
To the air on first down, May. That's taken in by Henry. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Timeout taken by the Patriots. They're 1st and 3. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. 2nd and 3 now. Here's May. Throw left side, complete. Oh, and that was close, but they're going to have to get this on 3rd down now. Gain is to the 27. Now we're going to have a timeout by New England. It's 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. 7th play of the drive now as they need a yard here on 3rd down. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Gets his tight end on the corner out. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. Offense to the line fast.
And the Patriot first down.
One final shot before the half. And this is going to fall incomplete in the end zone. 1 and all right there. Now they've got to regroup for 2nd down. The Lamar Hunt Trophy waiting in the wings for whoever can finish this game out as we're back underway. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. To the line on 1st and 10. Chargers beneficiaries of some good field position. Heads out on a bootleg. Bails out of the pocket quick. It's caught. This is Ladd McConkey. Jukes away from one. And he is down to the 30-yard line. 35 on the pickup. And that's going to be good for an LA first down.
You know, Ken, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt, or an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
They'll toss it to Hampton. Working a couple yards past the line. That was Harold Landry making the tackle.
Yeah, that defense was flying to the ball. You see that outside toss. This is a pursuit drill that they work on over and over again. Get to that toss before it can really get started.
Again, he's got room. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
You just got to love that angle, right? It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times do you see the backs out of the backfield or just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sell that flat route, break it off to an angle, and break off the first down.
On first down, they'll run. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers grow the lead coming out of halftime. Matt McConkey with a touchdown. Dicker on now for the PAT.
For the extra point.
Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Chargers make it a 10-point ball game.
Chargers 31. Patriots 21.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away.
Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Good field position for the Patriots as they get set for 1st and 10. Man in motion here. Starting on the ground with Henderson. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up. Well, he already has himself one interception in his game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse and sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when 1 pick becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and on and on. You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
May throwing for it. Has his man. It stops. And he's going to have this one down to the 37. What a play to beat this defense on 4th down. 23 yards and a first.
It's a gain of 23 yards.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Quick slant, that's Williams. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
I'm not going to lie, I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down, but to make that throw for those yards in the double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
Again, it's May. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Even the best of them can be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
Seventh play of the drive. Offense facing 3rd and 3. To the air yet again. May hits him on the out route. And the pass is stopped before it can get to the first. Great tackle there to bring up 4th down.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Now May on 4th down. He's got it to his running back. And he is into the end zone for a New England touchdown. The Patriots start the 2nd half with some needed points. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
That one splits the uprights. And the Patriots cut it to a field goal game. Ball is set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And he just sends this out and over the end zone. So no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for 1st and 10. Now a run by Hampton. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. You can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
It's Hampton on 2nd. They stuck with him and got the same results. He is stopped at the line once again to quickly bring up third down.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force and the defense wins out.
5 men in the secondary now for the Pats. Third down. Third and long for him here. And he's off the mark there. Too far behind him to adjust. That brings up fourth down.
You know, Kate, with the game that they put together, it's surprising to see them really run into any hiccups when they appear. They move the ball very well throughout, just unsuccessful on that third down.
And this one's away and looking good. Nice angle on this one, headed towards the sideline.
The Patriots take over first and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Patriots lining up. It's first and 10. May now from the gun. That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. You got a major fistful of jersey on that play, and it's going to end up costing them. Operating from the gun, here's May. Short pass brought in. And he'll get this up to the 18-yard line.
The nice thing about a drag route is it works versus zone. You can find that soft spot and get a completion. They can be very effective when you got an excellent route runner running away on that drag route from man coverage.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Henderson here from the gun. Still going through the 25. And he's going to be brought down up at the 31. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And the Patriots will have a first down.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine. And that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. They take him down as he goes out. Now let's check on this penalty. No surprises here. They decline that holding call, and they're going to hang on to that interception. Out of the gun. Here's Hampton. And he'll be stopped after just about a yard. 2nd and 9 coming up.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8.
Line.
From the gun, they go with Harris. And he's going to have the Los Angeles touchdown. The Chargers pick it off and get pokes on the ensuing drive. Najee Harris, the touchdown. Well, he found himself some space to work, and from there, all athleticism as he made his way in for 6.
You know, you run the ball down in the red zone, Kate, you're not always thinking touchdowns, right? Space is so hard to come by. But you're exactly right. His athleticism, his explosion, his speed, it puts 6 on the board for the offense.
On the return, here's Jones. Pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Now, I think they're going to have to stop things here. Yep, and they just did. One of the Patriots is hurt. Going to need some help out there. New England bringing the offense to the line. 1st and 10. Drive start to the quick throw left, complete. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 36-yard line.
2nd and 3 now. Going play action, May. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Complete beyond the marker. And they drop him with a big hit, but that's going to sting worse for the defense. A big gain, and the chain's moving too. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's a New England first down. Here's May again. Escapes the pocket. This one falls incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And it sets up second down.
Kate, this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10. Throwing again, it's May. Look at that power, deep left side. Brought in, inside the 20. And he is into the end zone for a New England touchdown. The Patriots shave some off the deficit late in the quarter. It's a Romeo Doubs touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game. Corey Gallis tacks on the extra point. And the Patriots cut it to a field goal game.
Patriots 35.
Raleigh set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
To the line on 1st and 10. Chargers beneficiaries of some good field position. Hampton gets the handoff. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. And it's not just you quarterbacks, Brock Huard, who got to have short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
That's caught. Keenan Allen. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line.
Gain of 12 yards.
Only one frame remains before we see who's going to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. It's Charger ball. The Bolts just 1 quarter away from advancing in the postseason. 1st and 10 now from the 46. Shotgun give to Hampton. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
The tackle made.
The only thing I can say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Back to Hampton. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down.
He was brought down.
A gain of 2 follows up a gain of 1, and now they're left with 3rd and 7.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
To the air on 3rd and long. That's caught for the 1st. And they're going to stop him after he gets this to the 26. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Running it with Hampton. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 25-yard line.
Shotgun snap to Herbert. Gets him on the in route. Has some room to work. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers make it a 9-point advantage. Now in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. On the return, here's Jones. He's going well so far. And great run back has the offense just a touch shy of midfield to start this drive.
The Patriots take
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
Tight end reels in the shallow throw. But he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
This is Henderson on second down. And he works this to the 38 before going down. Pick up a 5 on that play. And the Patriots will have a first down.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's out of bounds just short of the 30. For somebody who's been kicked off like he has, Brock, you gotta admire his determination to keep attacking these coverages.
Yeah, that is risk. Right into double coverage yet again. But this guy's got what I call a high belief factor in himself.
On second down, it's Stevenson. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a first down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
He goes back to him yet again. Complete. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
To the line and set. Here we go, first down. Working inside the red zone. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
Second and 10. Here's May. Into the end zone, but not brought in. It falls incomplete. He'll bring up third down.
You know what that route is called, right, Kate? OTB. Over the ball. And those are the ones you've got to hit. You've got to be able to play offense from the inside out. You've got to find a completion right there.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on third down. Motioning the tight end left. May now on third down. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. And he's going to have enough for the first down, not by much. He got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a first and goal.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Touchdown, New England. The Patriots making a 4-point game here in the fourth. Ramondre Stevenson, the touchdown. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock. Getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, it's such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game. Yeah. That's well done.
Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for first and 10. On the play fake, it's Herbert. Connects on the crosser. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
They go play action. Here's Herbert. He's got Hampton underneath. And they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. He'll throw it. This is cut downfield by Allen. He's going to have this one down to the 28. It's a 30-yard gain, Brock, so unsurprisingly, that gives him a first down. It's the 2-minute warning here in L.A. Chargers holding on to a field goal lead. So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. Hampton gets it from the pistol. And they get him for a loss. That's a big one, Brock, and might see them burn a timeout. So quickly the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game. Back to the line they come, 2nd down. Oh, Brock, look at this. He's set up to throw it. Looking underneath, and the back brings it in. Gets this down to the 13-yard line. And right away we get a timeout from the defense. 1:51 to go.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
11-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. The receiver gets it on the handoff. And he's going to be stopped after a pickup of 9, and that's going to make it 1st and goal.
Just keep on continuing the evolution of wide receivers as runners. You know, that used to just be a gadget play, Kate. Then you see it more and more between the 20s, and now we're seeing it even in the red zone. Get your playmakers the ball.
A touchdown would put this one to bed. A few shots at it here, starting with 1st and goal. Harris will take it in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers make it a 9-point advantage. Najee Harris, the touchdown. Dicker on now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chargers make it a 10-point ball game.
Chargers 52, Patriots 42.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. On the return, here's Jones. They'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
Good field position for the Patriots as they get set for 1st and 10. On the gun, it's May. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last second attempt to get rid of it.
The clock has fallen into its final minutes. Here comes 2nd and 10. May off the play fake. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. And the Chargers are able to get the return down to the 40-yard line before they're stopped.
There's some serious self-scouting going on right now. What does this quarterback mean that has led to these 3 interceptions in